Hey investors, this is Alex and Rock, and we're here in this episode. We want to share with you guys a lesson. This is a common mistake that will cause about 90% of investors to fail, and that is really due to lack of cash flow. I'll start this and I'll hand it off to Rock here. What we see, having worked with thousands of investors around the country, and really this is actually universal, not just in real estate, but in actually any business, the most common mistake that we've seen that causes almost every business to ultimately fail, regardless whether you're a one-man operation, you could be a Fortune 500 company, is really lack of cash flow. In real estate, it's especially bad because of the fact that you have very high holding costs. Rob, what are your thoughts on this? You work with a lot of the investors, so beginner and advanced.
All right, beginner and advanced investor. For beginner and advanced investors, this is a very common mistake that they make without realizing it, and because most people in business, they kind of do not realize this, and that's why 90% of businesses go out of business within first 2 years. And then lack of cash flow has a lot to do with it, because when you don't have money coming in, you cannot really think straight about your business. You cannot do the marketing that you should be doing it, and marketing is the life of your business. So the first thing that people cut down on as soon as they run short on money is marketing, and as soon as you stop doing the marketing, all your funnels as far as your buying and sellings are going to stop, and then you're not going to have anything coming back to you. So that's basically the cause of it. But it actually is caused by lack of cash flow. When you don't have money to worry to really take care of today's needs, you really are not going to stay in business for too long.
Yeah, and so like the analogy we use is this: is just think of kind of like a real estate. It's kind of like an investing vehicle, like a car. And the cash flow is really the fuel of the car.
Yep.
And the lack of cash flow is usually related to the fact that a couple of things. One is that you may not have enough leads coming in, or two, you may have leads coming in, but they're poor quality leads, or three, you don't know how to convert those leads to cash, and for a wide variety of reasons. But like I said, this is the most common mistake that we've seen, and in real estate, it's especially bad because when you're first starting out, there could be a huge learning curve.
Yep.
Even if you're told how to do all the marketing you need to do, there's also the gap between you learning how to do it and, of course, implementing it yourself. I mean, Rock and I actually had the advantage of the fact that we were working with folks who are already up and running, and so we actually cut down our learning curve significantly. But we've seen people struggle or burn through thousands, maybe sometimes tens of thousands of dollars, and without being able to generate cash flow in real estate.
Definitely. And the other thing about real estate that causes people to fail quickly without having the cash flow is because when you have a property in your hand,
Yep.
and you do not have the cash flow to take care of the monthly payments after a couple of months, the mortgage companies want to get paid, and if you cannot make those payments, they'll start foreclosure, and then investors panic, and so they think that this business is not for them. In
Right.
reality, if you have the cash flow, those payments will never get behind, and you will have plenty of time to take care of the house and do the way that you should be doing your marketing and find a buyer for it, and you make plenty of money. But when the investors start panicking, they'll sell property because they become motivated sellers.
Right, so now they become a motivated seller, right?
Yeah, so they become motivated sellers, and they want to get rid of that property. In return, they might lose money instead of making money in the deal, and so they get very bad taste of real estate in their mouth right from the get-go.
Right. So in a future episode, we want to share with you guys actually how you can get deals from other investors and totally avoid the holding costs. It's a very creative strategies that we've seen only very advanced investors use, and we actually seen this model work really, really well in other industries, and we've actually done it many times in real estate as well. So again, I want to wrap up this episode by emphasizing lack of cash flow is going to be your biggest enemy. So whatever you do, never be put in a situation where your back is up against the wall because of how you don't have any cash.
Let me share one last thing before we end this episode. When you're a business, especially in real estate business, you got to take care of your today's needs before you worry about creating cash or creating wealth or long-term wealth.
Right.
Because if you cannot survive staying in business today, you're not going to have a wealthy, future.
Right. Yeah. You want to have enough time to actually build a wealth. So what that means is like you got to figure out what your priorities are, short term versus long term. So again, this is Alex and Rock with another episode for you guys, emphasizing that definitely do not put it in a situation where you're gonna cash flow is gonna be an issue. And in a future episode, we're going to show you how you can actually get deals with other investors. And we'll look forward to talking to you guys on our next episode. We hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Now, go claim your free CD and tons of other bonuses valued at $500 for free at goldcoachingclub.com.